What's up, guys? Toast again from Fishyaker. I hope everybody's been doing okay with the COVID-19 quarantine and all the chaos going on in the world right now. I've been getting a lot of questions from people about whether they can actually fish during statewide lockdowns, during quarantines, all that stuff. So let's take a look. I've got the computer in front of me, and I've got some good information for you that might actually help us clear a few things up. Let's take a look. So guys, right now I live in Pennsylvania, but I fish all over the country. So let's start out with the Pennsylvania regulations. This is what the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania has up right now. Talks about allowable activities and travel. And if you go down to the one down here, for instance, engaging in outdoor activities such as walking, hiking, or running if they maintain social distancing. That's the big one. So again, social distancing, keeping your 6-foot distance from somebody next to you. So obviously things like organized group tournaments, things like that, fishing derbies, that's going to be a no-go, right? But if you're actually independently fishing and you're keeping your distance from somebody, yeah, that is acceptable. If you go through the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission website, actually, it has a little bit of more specifics than that, and it actually talks about preferably not carpooling to your launch locations, shuttling each other, things of that nature. Some of the other states also have that in their Fish and Boat Commission and Wildlife Department websites. But then I started thinking, okay, we'll do this video talking about Pennsylvania, but what about other states? I've been hearing things about, oh, you can't go to Florida and fish. So I went ahead and looked up to try to find out what other states are doing. So let's take a look at this. This is from the American Sport Fishing Association. They're a great resource, okay? So this is actually on their site here, COVID-19 resources for the sport fishing industry. So this has a lot of different stuff on here, and it actually has reference to individual states. And it also, if you go down a little bit lower on here, it has some online resources. For instance, the COVID-19 response plans for the Bureau of Land Management, National Park Service, NOAA sanctuaries, U.S. Army Corps of Engineer, U.S. Forestry Service, U.S. Fish and Wildlife, and so forth. And then it's got the interactive map on here. This is perfect. So if you live in a specific state other than Pennsylvania, all you have to do is go on here and click on something, and it actually goes to that state's website. And I did do a little bit of snooping around. It's pretty standard that I found, just like in Pennsylvania, and I did check with a friend of mine from the Fish and Boat Commission. He did say it is still acceptable to fish, again, as long as you're using those social distancing guidelines. For instance, here I clicked on Virginia, and there's similar type of things. Frequently asked questions, for instance, with them. Are the Department of Game and Land Fisheries open? The offices, they're closed to walking traffic, so they're really a lot of them are directing their traffic to their internet, to the website, so you can still order your licenses online. Then here again, it's for Virginia. Are the woods and waters still open? Yes, but it does say check with your local county and city for more specifics. So that's really where it comes down to. And if you look at all the different states on here and around the country, basically what it is, it's basically you can still fish. You got to keep your social distancing, but you really want to check with your local, say, local parks, local launches, things like that. That's what's cool about us kayak fishing guys, too, because if the big boat ramps close, all we have to do is find somewhere where you can get your kayak close to the shoreline off a road, drag it right in. We've seen pictures online of boat ramps that are closed, basically with Jersey barriers on them. You can slide your kayaks right next to them, right? But you really want to check your local parks to see, because if there's, say, a lake or a launch within a local park, it's probably closed. But that doesn't mean you can't fish. So if it's still walk-in, it doesn't say, if it's not posted, you can still fish. If you have a generic access, something like that, or if you have an access that's run by the state, those are okay. You know, those are probably okay. But most of the parks aren't going to have staffing. I looked at Florida also lately, and Florida is more of where theirs is more specific to their really, really popular accesses. So their really popular accesses are closed, but their less crowded accesses are still open. So you really want to check your state. But I'll put a link down below in the description of this. It's asafishing.org/COVID-19/. So I'll put a link down below. But this is really good depending on where you are looking to go fish. And it's got really goes to all those individual states. So a shout out to ASA on putting this together. But in general, overall, especially here in PA and say in Virginia and a lot of the other states that I fish around, down to Florida, you can still fish, but you got to maintain that social distancing, and some of your access points in lakes and parks might actually be formally closed. So you want to check in advance. But overall, yes, it is kosher to go fish. So, like I said, you want to see more, go down below in the description and click on the link. All right, guys, let me know if you got any questions, visiting anything else you want to see. I'll keep getting you some river reports, some product reviews, and hopefully get out in the kayaks pretty soon and get some footage. I know Nick and I have been talking about going fishing and stuff too. Again, one in the front of the boat, one in the back of the boat. That's over 6 feet. So more to come. Like I said, give us that thumbs up. Be sure to like and subscribe to the Fishyaker YouTube channel, and we'll catch you on the water.
Fishyaker.com, the original kayak rigging video series.